This is ABC7 News at 5. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilkes.
And I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for being with us.
Our top story: in just a few hours, President Donald Trump will announce his pick for the U.S. Supreme Court.
Seat has been vacant for nearly a year now. ABC's Stephanie Ramos joins us live from the High Court with more. Stephanie?
President Trump's finalists for the Supreme Court spot are young enough where they could serve on the court for decades and could also tip the balance toward conservatives on the bench.
Tonight, in a primetime presentation, we'll hear who President Trump has chosen to take a seat on the Supreme Court bench.
We'll see you in a little while. We'll be announcing a Supreme Court justice who I think everybody is going to be very, very impressed with. So we'll see you at about 8 o'clock.
The High Court has been operating with only 8 justices since Antonin Scalia's death last February. During the campaign, Trump promised that his nominee would be someone similar to Scalia.
The justices that I'm going to appoint will be pro-life. They will have a conservative bent. They will be protecting the Second Amendment.
Here are the top 2 contenders for the spot. Solid conservatives, Judges Neil Gorsuch and Judge Thomas Hardiman. Hardiman is 51 years old, serves on the Third Circuit Court of Appeals with President Trump's sister, Marianne Trump Barry, who sources tell ABC News highly recommended him to her brother. Gorsuch is 49 years old, serves on the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals. He attended Harvard Law and has a PhD from Oxford, where he was a Marshall Scholar. In legal circles, he's considered an originalist, like Scalia. Both Gorsuch and Hardiman were appointed by President George W. Bush, and according to a senior administration official, Trump personally interviewed both men before his inauguration.
I think that the person that I pick will be a big, I think people are going to love it. I think evangelicals, Christians will love my pick.
Whoever it is, expect that person to be grilled by Democrats and Republicans during confirmation hearings on everything from executive powers to Trump's latest immigration order. At the Supreme Court, Stephanie Ramos, ABC News. Back over to you.
All right, Stephanie, thank you. Democrats and Republicans are clashing over President Trump's cabinet picks as well as his executive order on immigration. The nation remains sharply divided over the administration's ban of all refugees and nationals from 7 predominantly Muslim countries for a period of 4 and 3 months, respectively. Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly saying the White House has no plans of changing course. He's also stressing the executive order is not a ban on Muslims, and that 872 refugees who'd been fully vetted were allowed to enter the U.S. this week.
This is not, I repeat, not a ban on Muslims. The Homeland Security mission is to safeguard the American people, our homeland, our values, and religious liberty is one of our most fundamental and treasured values.
The legality and morality of President Trump's executive order costing former acting Attorney General Sally Yates her job last night after she publicly questioned the constitutionality of the ban and refused to defend it in court.
On the Suncoast, those upset with President Trump's recent actions are looking for an ally in their local congressman. In Bradenton, a group of protesters visited Congressman Vern Buchanan's district office with a list of grievances. Buchanan was not there, but his staff wrote down each person's message and promised to pass it along to the congressman. A similar demonstration took place Monday at Buchanan's Sarasota office. Among other things, protesters expressed disapproval of Buchanan's support of the immigration ban and their concerns about the future of the Affordable Care Act.
I'm here to let Mr. Buchanan know, our representative, that I'm paying attention. And I'm keeping an eye on him and that he comes up in 2018 and I am a voter.
Our congressmen are our first line of defense. They are the adults in the room. I mean, we literally are dealing with a 3-year-old who has a hammer.
Congressman Buchanan responded to these recent visits with a statement. "My door is always open for constituents. I'm hopeful the administration will move swiftly to resolve any issues involving individuals with green cards, as well as military interpreters who bravely served alongside our troops."
New developments tonight in an investigation into a Sarasota County Sheriff's deputy facing attempted murder charges. Sarasota County Sheriff's Office says as a result of the administrative investigation, Deputy Frankie Bybee was served final discipline paperwork today, which resulted in his firing. Bybee worked at the Sheriff's Office for 18 years. He was arrested last week. He's accused of stealing tens of thousands of dollars from a 79-year-old woman and then trying to kill her at her home. As part of its investigation into Bybee, the sheriff's office also deciding to place another deputy, Carson Plank, on administrative leave. The sheriff's office says that decision was based on Plank's conduct.
Now to a developing story out of Pasco County. A Florida Amber Alert has been issued for a missing 2-year-old boy. According to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, Bane Wheeler was last seen on U.S. Highway 19 in Port Richey. The child may be with his father, 30-year-old Daniel Wheeler. It's believed Wheeler took Bane from daycare this morning. He has multiple tattoos, including linked hands that say Bane on his right arm. Authorities say the two may be traveling in a 2005 black Nissan Altima with a Tennessee tag.
All right, very chilly start to our day today.
Yep.
But it warmed up pretty nice. Yeah, here's Bob Harrigan with more.
Yeah, driving home last night, my heater didn't work, so I had to fix it today, and it was beautiful outside. Lots of temperatures into the low 70s inland, lots of them into the mid to upper 60s right near the coast. We started off with lows this morning, though, in the upper 30s to low 40s in places. Right now, it's comfortable, 65 degrees. So nice sunshine, and the dew point has come up a little bit at 51 degrees. So not as cold tonight. Winds out of the west at 8, and the pressure 30-20. That's holding steady. Temperature statewide from the 70s now down south in Miami, 71 in Jacksonville, 73 in Tallahassee, 65 though in Sarasota. That's with that west wind keeping things a bit cooler from Cortez down south through Venice and Englewood. Northport now you're at 71 degrees, and the Gulf water temperature now at 66 degrees. As far as the evening goes, looks great. The temperature still on the cooler side in the low 50s by 11 o'clock under fair skies. More on your forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Governor Rick Scott is proposing an $83.5 billion budget for the upcoming fiscal year. If it's passed, it will be the largest spending plan in state history, an increase of more than $1 billion from the current year's budget. Scott's budget is an initial step as lawmakers prepare to draw up a spending plan during the legislative session. It includes $618 million in tax cuts, providing $85 million in business incentives, and expanding Bright Future scholarships to cover summer classes.
When small businesses get more of the money as a result of lower taxes, they buy more equipment, put more money into research, marketing. It ultimately adds up to more jobs.
The plan would also cut spending for hospitals and some health care programs. Scott also wants pay increases for state correctional officers.
And ABC7 business commentator Richard Stern is joining us now. And Richard, triple-digit declines for the Dow Jones. That is for the second day in a row now, something we haven't seen in quite a while.
Haley, you're exactly right. Say it ain't so, but it is so. But at the same time, much like yesterday, the low of the day was dramatically lower than the finish. We had an 80-point better finish today than we did at the low. Yesterday was 100 points better. So we're selling off in the middle of the day and buying at the end of the day. Let us remember one thing. The month of January is now in the books, and it is a positive month. So we now have had 3 consecutive months, November, December, and January, in which the market was higher. So I don't think we have too many complaints about that. Let's take a look at the last day of January. There you see we were down by 107 points, down 186 at the low, closing at 19,864.09, that on volume of 609 million shares. The NASDAQ barely did anything, down by 1.21% at 5,614.79. That on volume of 1,537,000,000 shares. And the S&P, very much like the NASDAQ, didn't do much, down less than 0.1%, just 2 points at 2,278.87. Well, I expect you're familiar with a company by the name of Under Armour. They make a lot of athletic wear and athletic shoes, and they've been the darling of Wall Street for a very long time, but they certainly were not the darling today. The company fell by a dramatic 23% in one day after coming out with a series of announcements. Their earnings came in well ahead of expectations. Their forecast for earnings came in lower than expected, and their CFO, their chief financial officer, resigned citing personal reasons. Well, usually when someone resigns for personal reasons and the earnings report is not very good, somebody's got to be the fall guy, and it looks like in this case it was the CFO. But for a 23% drop in one day, that is stunning. It really is.
Well, let's talk about Apple. You have some news on them as well.
And that's stunning on the upside. The announcement was made at 4:30 this afternoon after the market closed, so we haven't seen any results yet as far as how the stock is going to react, but their top line revenues and their bottom line earnings were both ahead of Wall Street consensus. Very good news for lots of people on the Suncoast who own shares of Apple.
Yep. And a lot of people who've been buying their new phones, too.
Exactly right.
Yep. All right, Richard. Thanks so much for the update.
You're welcome.
Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, a California hillside gives way, sending mud onto homes and into the top of cars. What fire crews are doing to make sure the hill is now secure.
And ABC7 Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your full weather forecast. Plus, later in Health Smart, the key to staying sharp. Which activities can help prevent mental decline?
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
The official salon of ABC7.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Dotoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction. Spend time choosing from exciting colors, textures, and accessories, and then collaborate with one of our expert designers to create the perfect custom storage solution to fit your style and budget. At California Closets, we design everything to exceed your expectations for any room in your home. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the nearest showroom to you. California Closets, designed to your life.
Come meet the artists and enjoy their creations at the Lido Beach Winter Fine Art Festival. Over 100 artists and thousands of works of contemporary art in photography, glass, sculpture, jewelry, and much more. The Lido Beach Winter Fine Art Festival, Saturday and Sunday, February 4th and 5th on Lido Beach in Sarasota. Bring your sense of discovery and appreciation of the beautiful to the Lido Beach Fine Art Festival. For more information, visit ParagonArtEvents.com.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
California now dealing with potentially dangerous mudslides. Tons of dirt gave way, taking out power lines and threatening homes in Hollywood. ABC's Kenneth Moten shows us the current conditions in Los Angeles.
A close call in the Hollywood Hills.
It would have been scary to hear that it sounded like an earthquake.
The large backyard of this hilltop home gave way. More than 20 tons of earth rushed down, taking out power lines in this neighborhood filled with multi-million-dollar homes. In the light, incredible images. But Monday night, as this Los Angeles City Councilman was giving an update, major concerns in the darkness as the ground continued to fall. Debris took out a road but stopped short of entering homes in the path of the dangerous mudslide. Dogs checked, but no one trapped in the rubble, but several homes were evacuated.
For the most part, we didn't need any specialized equipment. We just wanted to get them out of there in case the earth continued to move.
In the past month, record rain and a record dry California has caused a muddy mess. All eyes on the hills. Near Los Angeles, streets covered. Near San Francisco, property and vehicles damaged. In the Hollywood Hills Tuesday, residents surveyed the damage, many of them on edge.
I was just walking with the dogs 15 minutes before it happened. It's nasty fall.
Officials here in Southern California are preparing for more rain later this week as they continue to monitor the mudslide threat. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Unbelievable video.
One thing, it's another.
Right, to think of how bad of a drought they were in for so long, and it's the complete
excessive
opposite.
amount of rain, moisture.
Yeah.
Another big storm heading on in. On top of that, the projections are for an El Nino this summer beginning, and that always means bad news for California because they get a little increase in rainfall, and mudslides will be the issue. Now that's a forecast. It's not yet firm, but that's the European model suggesting that the El Nino will be back as early as this summer. Here's a look at the satellite and radar imagery. Get a look at that storm out there in the Pacific. Still a long way out, but we'll watch it as it moves off to the east. Some clouds already starting to move in to the Pacific Northwest and into California. Well, our weather, a different story here. We had a little bit of frost in the inland counties this morning to start things off. It was chilly. Yes, it was, but temperatures did warm into the upper 60s for the most part. Some low 70s while inland. Hardly a cloud to be found today. I saw one cloud as I was driving in, but weather headlines. Cool again tonight, but not cold. No advisories for our counties as far as the cold weather is concerned. A warmer afternoon anticipated tomorrow. Still, temperatures will be slightly above average by tomorrow afternoon. The weekend looks great compared to what we had this past weekend as far as that goes. And the radar picture not showing any rainfall or depicting any showers around here. High pressure is going to continue to dominate the weather just off the coast here. And with that high pressure situated right there, east winds will be the rule to southeast winds by later in the week. And that means temperatures and the humidity starting to come up. We'll be back into the upper 80s, some actually upper 70s, some 80s, I should say, low 80s inland, especially east of I-75. Right now, Sarasota at 65 degrees under sunshine, and looks like, again, the humidity pretty low at 61%. Winds are out of the west. A little sea breeze has kicked in. The pressure falling ever so slightly now at 30-19, but high pressure will continue to dominate our weather throughout the day on Wednesday and beyond. Temperatures tomorrow just a couple degrees above average. Plenty of sunshine. If you're heading out to the area beaches, you may have been away from those for a while as a result of the cold weather over the weekend. There'll be very much a lot of sunshine tomorrow. 46 in Northport. 49 in Port Charlotte, 52 degrees in Rotunda. Inglewood will be down to 48. Mayaca City a bit cooler, 44. Lakewood Ranch right around 46 to start things off. So temperatures will be a little bit below average to start things off tomorrow morning, but really all in all another gorgeous day anticipated. And as I said, in fact, all the way through the weekend, things looking really quite nice. High pressure moving off the coast of the Carolinas will keep most of the skies clear for the most part on Wednesday and on Thursday. Here comes a little frontal boundary, but not going to have much success breaking down that high pressure ridge. It will stay to our north. And the jet stream itself is now shifted up to the north. It's kind of flying off toward the Pacific Northwest all the way into the Great Lakes now. You can see that kind of dipping down a little bit. That's where the cooler air and also a little bit of a weak system is moving through now, bringing some anywhere from 3 to 5 inches of snowfall into places like Detroit and also up near New York, upstate New York, and get 1 to 3. Some places could get 3 to 5 inches of snowfall before it's all said and done. But you'll notice, again, the heavier snow will be well out west into the northern portions of the Rockies. For temperatures right now into the 20s and 30s over much of the Northeast. Washington, pretty nice, 55 degrees there. The real cold air is in Billings, Montana now at 19 degrees, much warmer in Denver. Winds out of the east, southeast, turning to the southwest. Not much wind for the sails tomorrow. Seas running right around 2 feet with a light chop in the bays and inland waters. And as far as the water temperature goes, 65 degrees and looks like 67 now. It jumped up a degree today. UV index now at a 10, and the beaches will see a high right around 70 degrees. Low tide upcoming 9:20. A high tide will be at 2:37. Another low tide at 9:59. Tonight, seasonal, 48 for a low. It's pretty close to the seasonal temperatures for this time of year. And then tomorrow looks gorgeous, outstanding. Plenty of sunshine, a cool start, but a mild finish. 72 for your high. East winds turn to the southwest. The extended forecast calling for great weather all the way through the weekend and beyond. And it looks like the Groundhog Day, it doesn't matter. It's going to stay warm here regardless if he sees the shadow or not. Back to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Bob. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. Right now, there's a crash in Manatee County that's impacting traffic. It's on State Road 64, right near the Interstate 75 interchange as you head towards the west. You can see it's slowing traffic for quite a ways to the east at that interchange. Haley?
Thank you, Scott. In health news tonight, child pedestrian fatalities are nearly twice as likely to happen around parks as they are around schools. That's according to a study based on 30 years of U.S. crash data published in the journal Injury Prevention. Child pedestrian safety initiatives such as the Safe Routes to School program tend to focus on schools. Researchers think that traffic risk around parks, though, deserve more attention because of this study. Scientists say engineering is the most expensive yet effective way to protect kids and should be considered as cities build and improve their infrastructure. Simple activities such as surfing the web, playing bridge, and socializing may help stave off mental decline, even in your 70s and beyond. That's according to a study by the Mayo Clinic. Researchers say you do not need specially designed computer games for your mind. Instead, just going online, doing crafts, playing chess, going to the movies, and socializing can help prevent mild cognitive function. Cognitive decline, I should say. That type of impairment can increase the risk for developing Alzheimer's disease and other types of dementia. Could the key to happiness be bearing it all? Researchers surveyed more than 800 people and concluded that people who hang out naked with others outside of their immediate family say they're happier and feel better about their bodies than people who keep their clothes on. Lucky we're not showing you this video. These people are fully clothed, but they talked to people before and after a nudist event, and they found the longer and more frequently people are naked, the higher they rate all of the markers of happiness. The study was published in the Journal of Happiness Studies. Not sure if you want to try that out, but there you go. Coming up, a cane-wielding Good Samaritan, why one man is being called a hero for attacking another on a bus. Plus, a preemie at the Cincinnati Zoo finally has a name. What staff members have decided to call the little hippo. That's next.
The agents at SWC would like to show you pictures of all the homes that they've sold quickly for their clients. But they're just too many to show. Contact SWC today and find out for yourself. We just market your home better.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC7. We're here for you.
Gold fever is at an all-time high in the Sunshine State with the new Gold Rush Doubler family of scratch-off games. Everyone is rushing to Florida to strike it doubly rich. With over $1 billion in total cash prizes, the Florida Gold Rush is on. The Florida Lottery, just imagine.
Are you paying too much for your cable or satellite TV? The U.S. government passed a bill mandating free over-the-air digital transmission of all broadcast network television channels. That means with the new TV Freeway digital antenna, you can get free HD programming from your favorite broadcast networks 24/7 without a bill. You just plug it into the back of your TV and start watching all of your favorite broadcast programs for free. There are no contracts to sign, no hidden fees, and no monthly fees. Just free HD broadcast TV. Take it with you anywhere. Call or go online now to get your TV Freeway stick for the incredibly low price of only $14.99. But wait, call or click now and you can get a second TV Freeway stick for a second TV. Just pay a separate fee, but you have to order right now.
Call 1-800-809-5196 to get your TV Freeway. Call now or go to tvfreeway.com. So call 1-800-809-5196. This offer's not in any store. Call now.
Come out to the best party of the season, the Goodwill Mardi Gras Gala on February 28th at Michael's on E. Tickets at experiencegoodwill.org.
Cancer does change people's lives. It is frightening. The treatment for fear is hope. And what works for you is not necessarily going to work for somebody else. It does take a whole team. This is a facility that really cares about the outcome of the patients. So our job at Sarasota Memorial Hospital is to meet the needs of that individual any way we need to meet them.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, Contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Sarasota Police Department is releasing surveillance video of a store robbery in hopes of finding 3 suspects.
Last Tuesday night, police say 3 men wearing masks walked into the Dollar General on 17th Street. They forced an employee at gunpoint to walk to the store's office where another employee was working. The men then demanded cash from both employees and took off. Anyone with information in this case is asked to call Sarasota County Crime Stoppers at 366-TIPS.
In Kansas City, surveillance cameras capture a thwarted attack that proves the cane is mightier than the sword. Rodney Goldman was riding a commuter bus when he witnessed a man attacking the driver. That's when he stepped in and beat the man with his cane so hard, in fact, that the cane broke. The attacker was arrested for assault. Goldman was later honored for his heroism and received 2 new canes, a lifetime bus pass, and a thank you card signed by area bus drivers. A South Florida farmer is offering a reward for 2 missing tortoises. The owner of Phil's Berry Farm in Miami thinks someone stole Speedy and Dots from its petting zoo last Friday night. Both are 65-pound sulcata tortoises, also known as African spurred. The tortoises are each 25 years old and go wholesale for between $800 and $1,000. The farm is going through its surveillance footage to see if there is an image of the thief.
A happy update to an animal story. The baby hippo, who was born prematurely at the Cincinnati Zoo, now has a name. It's Fiona. The zoo's mammal curator says members of the team caring for the week-old female calf thought the name was perfect because it means fair, as in fair little girl. Fiona was born 6 weeks early. Staffers are helping her grow, get stronger, and learn to nurse on her own. They keep her close enough to her parents so they can hear and smell each other and hopefully bond through that.
It needs to get a little bigger.
Yes,
right?
Working on it.
I'm sure it will.
Yes. Still to come on your Suncoast News, a new resort hotel on Holmes Beach when the Waterline Marina Resort will open and what amenities it will offer.
Plus, visual reminders to share the road. Sarasota County adding new sharrows to make sure drivers are aware of bicycle riders.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction. Spend time choosing from exciting colors, textures, and accessories, and then collaborate with one of our expert designers to create the perfect custom storage solution to fit your style and budget. At California Closets, we design everything to exceed your expectations for any room in your home. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the nearest showroom to you. California Closets, designed to your life.